Tony Gwynn Jr. along with us here in the middle innings, and Jared Weaver, a tough first inning, but he's settled down pretty well.
Yes, he had a hard time getting the ball down in that first inning, but really has bounced back in these last couple innings and been able to make the adjustment.
I guess that is sort of what a veteran is all about, a guy who will not let that first inning affect you and kind of settle in.
Release point might take an inning, might take two, but he's been around the block so many times. And it's good that he made the adjustment after that first inning. And Tony, I wanted to ask you, I think I maybe asked you this last time. Oh, yeah, we did talk about below hitting speed, didn't we?
Yes.
And
yes.
you can see that some of these Rockies, they're popping it up, the body's out front, the hands are dragging, and it's tough to stay back at times.
Yeah, it is. I think the difference between the first inning and these last couple innings is that everything was up. And regardless of whether you're below the hitting speed or not, when it's up near your eyes, you can tell, you can see it better, you gauge it better. And I think the difference in these last couple of innings is he's been able to get his off speed down, and now he's able to kind of get these guys off balance a little bit. And I think that's why you've seen a lot of these pop-ups in the last 2 innings.
A check swing foul back to the screen.
You see that pitch at 84 there. And Garneau is just having, it looks like he's not seeing it well, and I think that's because the off speed has all of a sudden been located a little bit better.
He got Gonzalez. Remember that strikeout to Gonzalez in the first inning? It was like 83, 84 up out of the zone. Yeah. Ooh, pretty good pitch.
Yeah. Didn't get it. 165 so far, facing his first hitter here at the top of the fourth inning. We'll see where this last pitch ended up.
Good pitch.
In the air, foul down the left field line, out of play. Now, Tony, one thing that we will not hear about tonight is any criticism of the home plate umpire, Mark Carlson. Do you know why that is?
I hear him and Mark are pretty good buddies.
Mark Carlson is from Joliet, Illinois.
Best thing that ever came out of Joliet, right there.
That's the only thing that came out of Joliet, Illinois.
You know what's funny is on the way up to do the pregame show today, I ran in the mud, and I was kind of interested in where he was coming from.
Oh, yeah.
He said the umpire's room.
Yep.
Like, why are you in the umpire's room?
Exactly. Hangs out there never.
You know what? You know what I discovered, seriously? And Mark was very instrumental in this. He goes, you know what? You should come down and talk to us because it could only help you. You know, we talked some rules. We talked about the umpire life.
Yeah.
We talked about baseball in general.
Which is a tough life, by the way.
It
You're
is
on the road all the time.
He says, you know, it can only benefit you to come down and talk to these guys and get to know them. And over the years, I've gotten to, know a few of them.
This is line down the left field line. It is a fair ball. It'll rattle around in the corner. Spangenberg digs it out as the throw to second is not going to be in time. Garneau, the sliding double to begin things here in the fourth inning. That was a 9-pitch at bat for Garneau.
This one kind of hurts, Tony, because that one call that was called a ball looked like it was a strike, and Garneau looks like he stayed on that one nicely.
You know, another thing is long at bats don't benefit Jared Weaver.
Right.
You know, he doesn't have the velocity. 9 pitches gives the hitter a lot of time to see all the pitches he has and kind of gauge the different speeds.
Working towards the bottom of the order here. Senzatello, the pitcher, who singled in the second inning. And has 1 of 8 Rockies hits in the game, already squaring. And he gets it down. Myers thinking third. He double pumps, but gets it to third, and it's late. Well, Myers took a double pump there at third base, and hesitation costly there. Garneau reaches third. Senzatello will reach first.
It's tough to tell, but you have to think that maybe he didn't have the grip that he wanted to be able to throw it, because Schimpf is definitely there. It looks like he just didn't pull the trigger on it. You don't see him reshuffling to try to get a better grip at all, so maybe he just didn't pull the trigger right there.
So first and third, nobody out. Ruled a sacrifice and a fielder's choice, and runners at the corners with nobody out. Now the top of the order, and Charlie Blackmon. He was 1 for 2, doubled and scored in the first inning. And grounds it foul.
You know, maybe, and I'm just thinking along here, some guys barehanded Or did he glove it?
No, he barehanded it.
He barehanded it. Sometimes it gets in your hand like a changeup grip, and then you try to make the change. Who knows? That could have been one of the reasons.
He did pick it up in a changeup grip when they showed the replay. It looked like he picked it up with all of his fingers on the ball.
On the ground to first and through Myers into right field. From third comes Garneau. Sensatella heading for third, and going to second is Blackmon. Then the throw gets away. From third now scoring is Sensatella. Blackmon will end up at third. And this got ugly in a hurry here. Gets through Myers and an errant throw. Couple of runs for the Rockies, and they take a 6-1 lead.
Well, that's just a good old-fashioned boot right through the wickets of Will Myers, and then Renfroe comes up firing, and it's almost like he committed to second, anticipating somebody there. He got to the point of no return, and nobody is there.
Right, because of how that play materialized a little bit. There wasn't a runner, or it wasn't a second or shortstop at second base there.
So now a runner at third, infield in, as LeMahieu takes a pitch in tight. It is an error charged to Myers, no RBI. Error charged to Renfroe. Allows that second run to score, and Blackmon to third base. So 2 errors on the play for the Padres. It was not pretty.
And I'm trying to figure out why there wasn't a guy at second base there. Originally that ball's hit, and maybe because it's a play that the infielders are thinking is going to be a routine 3 unassisted.
I was thinking Ibar would have been there at second
right,
base.
there should be somebody there, right?
On the ground to Ibar with the infield in, looks the runner back and throws out LeMahieu. We'll get a look to see why nobody was covering, and there was somebody covering.
Oh, you know what? Ibar, was he a cutoff man to third base? Was that Ibar?
Ibar was at he originally started at second base.
And then moved over as like a cutoff in case there's a throw to third.
Because I think he said there's no play at second.
Right.
So at that point, he backs up to be the cutoff man in between the right fielder and third base. But as Don said, Renfroe had already made up his mind that he was going to second base.
And it ends up down the left field line. Another run scores. Rockies have added to their lead now on top 6-1, and now dealing with the dangerous Nolan Arenado. 1 for 2. RBI double back in the first inning for Arenado. Infield in still with only 1 out in the inning. And a fly ball to center field. Manuel Margot makes the catch. Tagging at third base is Blackmon. He will not have a problem scoring. And the Rockies take a 7-1 lead. Arenado with his second RBI of the game, this time a sac fly to center.
It's tough when you get down this early. Defense becomes even more, a factor as to if your team is going to be able to mount a comeback.
2 down, bases empty down. Here is Carlos Gonzalez. After a slow start this year, 207 batting average. Pretty unusual to see Carlos Gonzalez that kind of average.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit right now.
It's a fly ball to center field, struck pretty well, but Margot will have room out there at center. And that will end the inning. But 3 more runs for the Rockies, who take a 7-1 lead.